Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Bell from the 19th hole. We got the pro playthrough here. We'll be playing holes 1 through 9. We'll talk about the elevation, club, and ball choices, and also try to show you some different ways to play these holes. These are the wins for the qualification round, so these are tourney wins, and hopefully you all can use this information to improve your score and hopefully boost you into the weekend round and hopefully get you some good prizes. So we'll start with hole number 1 in just a minute. Alright, so we got hole number 1 here. We're starting off with the par 4. The way we're going to play this shot is we're going to play it to the right side. There is also a shot that you can play to the left side that we may check out here on another account, but we'll have to wait and see. For this playthrough though, we'll play it to the right side. It's plus 20%, but the elevation doesn't really matter because we're just playing a power shot downhill. I do have extra mile 6. I'm going with a Titan ball. Power 4 ball may be the better choice on this hole with a lower level extra mile, but we're gonna see if we can make the 6 work. Full top spin, 2 right spin. I go with 2 right spin to kind of counteract that right to left slope of the fairway, and I think just gives the ball a little bit extra push down that fairway as well. As you can see, we do go pretty far down the fairway, 431, and it leaves us a very nice wide open shot to the hole. So for our second shot here with our Goliath, we're going to be playing a pretty severe backspin shot, and looks like we're about in between mid and min for our adjustment. So basically we'll just take the 2 numbers and kind of split the difference. For our backspin, I think we'll use about 4 to 5 bars of backspin. We're going to use our max backspin, which will be 4 bars of backspin, or 4 and a dab. Basically, we're just going to line that shot up with the hole about as good as we can get. We do want a little bit of room for that ball to roll out with the backspin. We make our adjustment for the wind, and we're going to hit this one. We play this one at 0% for the elevation change here. The way I play that is the farther down the fairway I am on the drive, the less elevation I use. So, if I'm farther up that hill, I'm going to use more adjustment. If I'm closer to the green, I use less adjustment. And right there, I used the 0% because I felt like I was a lot farther down the fairway than normal. So here we're going to see me play this shot to the left this time. And we're going to be trying out a method with the quarterback. And this method involves using backspin, left spin, and left curl. Basically what we're going to be doing is trying to use the contour of this fairway and the hill to our advantage, and hopefully see if it can put us in position for a nice second shot onto the green with the long iron. Now the only way this works is if you are able to get your shot far enough down the fairway. So that's what we're going to be testing here. And my opponent's going to play to the right, so we're not going to waste our time watching that, since we just watch me play it to the right. So here we go. Playing this one with a katana ball. You could play this one with the kingmaker as well. You just want that full side spin is definitely what is important. As you see here, we're kind of checking out the spins here. We're pushing our shot up to about where the ball would land, about 7 rings up the fairway, and just kind of looking to see what the ball path looks like. We'll put 1 backspin in on max left spin, and I really like the way that looks, so we're going to play it that way. We're not going to adjust for the wind. We're just going to use that curl and let that actual wind take the ball and do the work. As you see, we roll right up the hill and then very nicely back down the hill, and it really worked out quite nicely. We're going to have our shot perfectly lined up with the hole, nothing in the way. So the second shot is wide open. So for this second shot here, we've got the Goliath. I would take a long iron with some backspin. This looks about mid-range here with the Goliath. We're going to play plus 10% for this shot. And I go with 4 backspin here. If I had to do over again, I'd probably go with 5 backspin. I just think 5 backspin's a little bit better of a spin for this shot. You will, with 5 backspin, play the the ball guide about where I have it right now for 4. So we make our adjustment here, and we do hit great left. So we know it's not going to go in, but we can still kind of look at it. And, you know, 4 backspin's fine, but I just think 5 would be just a little bit better.
And if you hit that thing perfect, I would probably go with 5 backspin.
So definitely very satisfied with the way that route turned out. And
set it up,
something I'll be looking a little bit more into.
Hopefully you all can drop it
throughout the tournament is playing it to that left side. Just sets up a really nice shot at the hole, but you can still play it to the right side if you prefer that way as well. Hole number 2 here. This is a par 3, and we're going to play this one 2 different ways as well. We're going to play it once off the fairway and once off the rough bump. So the first time we're going to play it off the fairway, we're going to play 1.5 bars of backspin. We are playing plus 30% here for this shot. And you do want a power 3 ball for the shot. You know, you do want something with some wind resistance, so we go with the Kingmaker. We make our adjustment here with plus 30%. Mid adjustment, that's a mid-range shot. And we hit it. We do offset it a little bit to the right, but as you can see, we need to offset it a little bit more to the right. You know, so whatever we played there with that shot, we need to just make sure to offset that one a little bit farther to the right. Maybe even just add 1 bar of right spin would do the trick. So we'll put this one in, we get the birdie, and then we'll move on to show you all how to play this hole with the rough bump. Alright, so we got hole 2 here. Time we're going to be playing the rough bump with the Sniper. We play this at a plus 30%. We do need to go up ball strength, so we're going to go with the Kingmaker ball on this hole, just to give us that extra power to be able to make that adjustment. Otherwise, we'd been in between clubs. So we're going to go 2 top and 2 right for this shot. And we're just trying to kind of find that spot. Where's that spot at that just kind of gives us that nice roll? And we found it there. So from this spot, we're going to go with plus 30%, which was right about just under 7 rings, about 6.8 rings. Hit it perfect. Let's see what we get here. We get the bounce and the roll, and we drop it. So 2 top, 2 right, plus 30%. That ball guide will show going through the hole a good amount, but that's okay. Make sure you adjust at your plus 30% and then hit that perfect. Hole number 3 is a par 5. And, you know, I'm going to play this one to the left. I'm going to show you the way to play it with the extra mile 6. And then also, we're going to play it with the quarterback. So I've had people ask, can you play this hole with the quarterback? Well, I'm going to show you, can you play this hole with the quarterback? So first off, we got extra mile, Titan ball, full top, full right spin. It's a very nice straight tailwind for this shot. So just kind of line your ball up, you know, pretty close to the middle of that fairway with the red ring just kind of cutting into that rough just a little bit. Use about a half a ball of curl to the right and just hit it perfect. The ball will hit nicely and roll up the fairway, leaving you a very nice second shot towards the green. So, for your second shot to the green, I didn't have a highly developed sniper on this account, so I used the hammerhead. It gives me 170 yards, and that's what I need for this hole. Otherwise, I could have used the Viper or just gone and used the big dog, but I used the hammerhead because I had it, and it's kind of the closest I had to the sniper. So, full right spin, a little bit of backspin if needed, and we hit that one great. Still going to be okay. You know, the main goal is just to get that second bounce onto that fairway, past the rough, and then let the ball filter back down to the hole and get the eagle. If you do want to get a little more aggressive with the shot, that's definitely a possibility. But, you know, needing to use right curl definitely puts you closer to those trees, which is definitely a risky thing to do. And then also, you know, the other option is to land that ball a lot closer to the rough on your second bounce, which definitely makes the shot a little bit riskier. So with the quarterback, as you see, we're just going to play full top, full right. We're going to play a little bit extra curl, but we didn't need to use any extra power because we just used the natural wind that we had at our disposal, and it worked out real well. I mean, it's a really nice shot to use if you have the quarterback and you want to use it. Definitely, I would suggest it. It's a good way to play this hole. Very safe way to play the hole. You don't have to really worry about going too far into the fairway on your drive. So in that sense, you know, it's a good thing. We got the sniper here this time. We want that second bounce just over the edge of the rough. We played it out a little bit safer to the left just to be safe. But if you want to go a little bit more aggressively at the hole, you can play that second bounce closer to the rough line. With the tailwind, it should be okay. As you're going to see here, my second bounce lands way out there past the rough line. So I had plenty of area to work with just in case I wanted to try to get a little bit more aggressive. And as you can see, you know, it's a chance. It's there. It's definitely possible to get the albatross here. But you got to get aggressive. So we get the eagle, and that's 2 different ways to play hole number 3 with the extra mile and the quarterback. Plus 20% on the drive, 0% for the second shot. Hole number 4 is next. Pretty much boiled this down to going with the quarterback rough bump here on this hole. And that's the way I'm going to be playing it. We're going to work on dialing in the quarterback rough bump. I feel like it's just a great shot to use on this hole. It just feels good. There's definitely a sniper shot where you can bounce it over the bunker as well. But to me, the rough bump just feels comfortable. So 2.5 backspin, max left spin, and to the point where you just got to line up that shot with the hole. So the edge of the red ring is right there at the edge of the bunker. That's kind of an aim point right there that you can remember. And we're just going to play 1-to-1 adjustment here. So 5.9 rings for the 5.9 wind. Make sure your ball guide is centered on your pullback and hit this one perfect. And you're going to give yourself a good chance to put this one in the hole. So this is the first attempt. You see we end up just short and just left of the hole. And we'll play this one more time and see if see what kind of results we get. If we play it the same way, get the same results, then we know we can make a slight adjustment for the next time. So we are going to play it the same exact way and see, do we get the same outcome? Do we end up left of the hole? If we do, then we're going to know that we're going to play this hole with a slight offset to the right, which means instead of going right at the hole with the ball guide, we're going to actually take that ball guide to the right side of the hole. And if it works out correctly, then it should be perfect. So here we go. We're going to see if we get the same results as the first time here, and then we can make adjustments from here. 2.5 backspin, left spin to the hole, so max left spin, 2.5 backspin, edge of that red ring right there at the bunker, just barely going into the bunker, and now we're going to go 7.5 rings this time, so there's 5, 6, 7.5, 7.5 rings for 7.5 wind. Center lined up, perfect hit, and let's see how this one comes in. Almost identical. So 2 things: we need to line the shot offset to the right of the hole and a little bit farther past the hole. So maybe a little bit, put our landing zone a little bit farther up into that rough line. So maybe our red ring will not be nipping the bunker. Maybe it'll just be just barely off the edge of the bunker. And that's what we're going to go with next time. Okay, hole number 5 is next. And we got a par 4 here. In the pro, you know, you got good clubs, you got pretty good balls, you know, you can do a lot. We got the Extra Mile 6 here, and we're going to be going with a Titan ball. We're just going to do a basic power curl shot here with the Extra Mile 6 and the Titan ball. You could definitely go up to a power 4 ball, make this shot a lot easier and get a lot farther down the fairway. But we're going to work with what we got here. And, you know, we're just going to do a power curl shot here with the Titan and the power 6. So we pull up into overpower, and then we're going 11 rings. You know, 11 rings is what you do for the Extra Mile 6. If you're not sure how many rings to adjust for your wood, you go to golfclashnotebook.io, look in their slice section, and they have a chart set up where you can actually look at your club, its distance, its level, and it tells you exactly how many rings you need to adjust. So we did the full power curl, and as you see, nice result, 394 yards. I'm happy with that, and it puts us in a nice position here for our second shot. I brought the Saturn because I wanted the backspin that the Saturn possesses for this shot. We're about mid-distance here with this Saturn, I would say. And, you know, it's an uphill shot here. I would play somewhere in the neighborhood of -10 to -20%. I'm still not 100% dialed in on this shot, but I feel it's got to be an uphill adjustment. So 5 backspin is the way I play here with this shot. And as you're going to see, we're going to hit this one perfect, and it's going to come in real nicely. So, this just shows a lot of promise with this shot, and it's definitely a shot I think that we can dial in and drop. So hole number 6 is next. This is a par 5, and I'm actually going to show you the way I like to play this hole, which is going to be to the left. With an Extra Mile 6 and a Titan ball, it gets the job done. You know, power 4 ball would make this hole just real cake. I wouldn't put any overpower with a power 4 ball probably. So as you see, the Em6 and the Titan, I clear by plenty of room. And that's going to put me in position for the rough bump here. Now, the rough bump here, I've been playing it at a +5%. But you're going to watch me play this shot, and you're going to see me, you know, I play the +5%. And, you know, I kind of play between mid and max on this shot. But you're going to see, you know, even with the 2 topspin, which is the correct spin to use for this hole, you're going to see we end up pretty good amount of distance to the right of the hole, which means we over-adjusted the shot. So we played 7 rings at mid. As you see, we bounce and roll, and we're still a good amount to the right of the hole, about at least a good plus ring. So definitely have to work on that adjustment there, and figure out what is going on there, because that was an over adjustment on my part. So I don't know, maybe it's going to be one of those quirky adjustments that just doesn't match the actual elevation of the shot. We'll just have to wait and see and kind of try to dial that one in. But definitely be aware that that adjustment elevation wise is kind of weird. Alright, so for this hole right here, we're playing it to the left with the Goliath. Katana ball, full right spin. We're playing 1 backspin, max right spin. We're playing the yellow ring right there at the edge of the rough line. And we're going to be playing this one at max distance. Now, I think if I added a little bit of right curl on this shot, I think it would have been money. We're going to end up just left of the hole. And I really do think a little bit of right curl would have been the way to go in this hole. And I really think we would have dropped it with a little bit of right curl. As you can see, really nice distance. And actually a pretty nice line to the hole. Alright, so this time, you're going to see me play the rough bump to the right side, and this should be interesting. So we're going to be playing this one at with the sniper and the katana ball. We're going to be playing a 1-to-1, and then we're going to add +2 rings here. And you're going to adjust You're going to adjust 0.5 to 1 bar of topspin, and that's going to depend on what sniper you do have. With the 9, I'm going to go with half a bar of topspin. You want to aim that circle into the middle of that rough line. And now we're going to adjust 6.7 rings here. I would suggest turning your screen around and adjusting the opposite way on this hole. Otherwise, as you can see, I had difficulty with the tree. I had to zoom out. When you zoom out, you really lose some of the accuracy in the adjustment. So, definitely I would turn the other way and adjust backwards. We get the nice bounce out of the rough, and we come in just to the right of the hole. And that definitely could have been a result of poor adjustments due to lack of view. So, like the shot. I really do like the shot, and I think it has some promise both ways. Alright, so we've got hole number 8 here. This one's a par 4. This one is a hole that I'm going to be playing with the quarterback here in the pro, also playing with the quarterback in the expert as well. We'll be using a quasar ball here because that's really all you need for this hole. You could use a katana ball if you wanted to, but I think a quasar is just fine. Left to right side-ish tailwind. We're going to play the shot a little bit closer up there to that front, just because we do have mostly side wind, so you don't have to worry about that ball getting pushed out onto the fairway. And I'm not using 2 right spin, I'm just using 1 right spin. We do adjust 1-to-1 here for this adjustment with the quarterback. And the quasar, we hit perfect. If you play with a different driver, you'll play plus 10% on the drive. So as you see, 1 right spin comes out really nicely. 2 right spin would have been really close at the hole. But when you go with 2 right spin, you do kind of start risking that, great right and getting caught in the rough. So definitely be careful with that. If you want to go for the ace, though, you do have to add that extra right spin onto this shot. In my opinion, I think we should be playing for the safe eagle for sure. And then if you get into a situation where you really need to get that stroke, then you can start thinking about, trying to play a little bit more aggressively. But, I wouldn't risk it. I would definitely make sure that you get the eagle for sure on that hole. That is definitely a must-eagle hole. Without an eagle there, you're not winning banners. Okay, we got hole number 9 here. I'm going to play this 2 different times, once with the lower level extra mile, and then again with a higher level extra mile. So you can kind of see what each of those clubs do, situational wise for you. One's going to put you in sniper range, one's going to put you in big dog range. But in the end, I think going with the big dog either way is going to be the best play on this hole, and you'll see why when we get to that position. So the first one is the higher level extra mile, full top, 2 right. To be very careful with this drive that you do not overpower the shot too much, because it is very easy to fly into the rough, as you will see on my my next account on this hole. So we don't use much overpower. We just play the wind. We could have gone with a little bit more overpower there, as we see there, but we get a nice roll out here to this shot. 389 yards. That's a good spot to be. So with this right to left side wind, we're a little bit short, as you can see here. So there's 2 options here. Either you go with a power 4 ball that gives you more distance and power on your second shot, or there's 3 options. Or you play the shot like I'm going to play it, where you have to play your shot into overpower, which I don't personally enjoy doing. And your third option is just bring the big dog. If you bring the big dog, you can play this shot pretty much regular power and just go 4 to 5 bars of top spin. Have a good chance at the albatross still, but then not have to worry about overpowering the shot and all that kind of stuff. So we do overpower it, still make a nice shot, and we're sitting there for an easy eagle, even with the club that lacked distance. So here we are for the second time on this hole, playing it with the lower level extra mile. It's 0% elevation change for this shot to the left. If you decide to play to the right, it's plus 20%, and then minus 10% for your second shot to the right. I think the left side is definitely the best way to play, though, in the Pro and also in the Expert. We got the Albatross and the Expert a little bit later in the night. So, we got the extra mile, we got the big dog. I got the Titan ball in, and here you are going to see me make a mistake. And the mistake is I underestimate the amount of push that this wind will give. And I just really judge my overpower incorrectly. So you're going to see me go just way too much overpower. I went into orange. I shouldn't have gone any farther than the light yellow overpower, because as you see, we hit in the rough, pretty decently back in the rough, into the rough, and we roll out. So at this point you're thinking, you're probably really in trouble here. And I thought the same thing. But with the big dog, you do have a chance. We do have a chance. Do remember that the back of the screen is sloped pretty severely back down towards the hole. So you're really never out of it. So we want topspin to get over those bunkers. As you can see, the end of that ball guide goes past those bunkers, so that's what we want. Then we adjust back for our wind, and then we're going to have to use curl. We're going to use a little amount of curl here. And a little tiny bit of overpower for the shot. We hit great, and we're going to hit that fairway, and we're actually going to come in and bounce really nicely onto the green. We're going to use this back slope. Have a really good chance of actually going in the hole, and we're going to come in just to the side of the hole, and that'll be a kick-in eagle. So definitely what could have been disaster was definitely averted, and gain some confidence on the second shot if you do clip that rough. So that was the Pro playthrough. Hopefully you all enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. Y'all take care and good luck. God bless. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so, and also check the notifications so that you can receive updates when I do drop new content. Also, check out Gio Viviani on his Golf Clash channel, Golf Clash Italy. It is a channel that is comprised of many other Golf Clash individuals that also stream lots of different levels of content. Great place to hang out, have fun. Gio is working on a new parody where it's kind of like a Road to Glory type spinoff. Definitely something for you to check out. It's already several episodes in, so there's definitely some content there for you to catch up on. You can also find him on Facebook at Gio Viviani, as you see it on the screen.